Okay, so the first step in the Nutrition Builder course is to know what needs to be on your plate. So if you're looking to lose weight, the way you want to break down your plate is that you want to have 40% of it with carbohydrates, 30% of it with proteins, and 30% of it with fats. Now, if you look at the document you can download, on the very first page, you're going to have sources of food where you'll be able to find your carbohydrates, proteins, and your fats. Now, with this in mind, if you go down to the bottom of the document that you've downloaded, there'll be a blank food diary for you to fill in. So bear in mind now, we need 30% of your plate being protein, 30% of it being fat, and then 40% being carbohydrates. At the moment, just work for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then write down what meals you would like to eat. Now, if you go to the second page in the document that you've downloaded, you'll see some options of meals you can put in there. Now, with the options for the meals, it's very hard for me to tell you exactly what you need to eat because I don't know what foods you like and I don't know what foods you do like. This is the trial and error process. So if you know exactly what you're eating and you're happy with what you're eating and what you need to do is just probably refine your scheduling, then write down what you're having, and then the next few steps in the course will go through how to schedule your meals. If you're someone who has no idea of what you want to eat, this stage will take a little bit longer and take a bit more research, but don't worry, the stages later on in the course will still work just as well for you, so don't worry about that. So this is the time you need to take a little bit of time, do some research, go and Google. I'd recommend go and Google, type in healthy options for breakfast, lunch and dinner, find options, write them down, and what you're going to need to do with nutrition is that you're going to need to give these meals a go. So you have to try them to see if you like them, you're going to have to try them to see if you don't like them. You're also going to need to try them to see if you're able to make them with your time scale, with your life and your work life, and you also need to find out whether or not it's easy for you to schedule in and prepare those meals if you can't make them when you want to eat them. So take a little bit of time on this stage and figure out what it is that you're looking to eat. So start off with its breakfast first, then your lunch, then your dinner. And ideally what you're looking for, if you're looking to lose weight, is to have a breakdown of 40% carbohydrates, 30% proteins, and 30% fat. Now, with the snacks in between that, you only want them just to be very light snacks. So the option you've got there, maybe some fruits, some nuts, and a very light yogurt. All you want these snacks to be used for is just to make a little bridge in between you having breakfast and lunch and dinner. But if fitting in these snacks in between that is too much for you to do, then don't worry about that at the moment. The main thing to focus on is get your meals sorted for your breakfast, lunch, and for your dinner. And if it does help out, again, we've got some meal options for you to give a go on the document. If not, go on Google, go on online and do a bit of research and find out what foods you would like to have on those meals. And once you've done the research and you know exactly what it is you want to have for those meals, write them down in your food diary, keep them there because we need that food diary for later on when we're going to formulate how to get your shopping list together and the scheduling for your meals. So just to recap on the first step, write down what meals you want to eat for your breakfast, lunch and dinner. The guidelines we're looking for is 40% carbs, 30% fat, 30% protein. If you can, get some snacks in. If you can't, don't worry about it. You can always do that later on as well, okay guys? So take your time getting this stage done because it syncs in perfectly with the next stages we're going to be working through. The next stage we are going to be working through is how to get your shopping list together. So this is why we need to know what meals you're going to be eating.